360 and it's live from the news hub here in Accra. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Isa Moni. And my name is Nanikia Mensah Brampan. Coming up tonight in this bulletin.
News 360 headlines is brought to you by Deluxe Paint, Heaven Black Mosquito Coil and Spray,
Calipo, and Nido Fortigrow. Your love, their future.
And in the headlines tonight, residents of Adentan Animal Research vowed to chase out politicians who would come to seek their vote in the 2020 elections if their roads are not fixed. Open defecation along Winnipeg Beach in Central Region poses health threat to staff and inmates of the Winnipeg prison. On Mission tonight, we tell you about how poor road infrastructure linking communities in Sisala East Municipality is impacting negatively on access to education and health. And exhibitors at Media General Lifestyle and Housing Fair expressed satisfaction about the event as it enters day 2. Later on the foreign front, Zimbabwe's former President Mugabe, 94, is unable to walk owing to ill health. Right, so we have the detail of these and more in the next hour. Also, remember that we are on DSTV channel 279, Facebook, it's TV3 Ghana. Stay tuned, we have the detail now. And coming up in our very first story, the Dungu Kuko Municipal Assembly Basic School in Tamale in the northern region is yet to receive dual desks for classes after 6 years of its construction. Inadequate number of desks at the school is negatively affecting teaching and learning as pupils continue to take lessons lying prostrate. A report by Zbeda Ismail.
Constructed in 2012, enrollment has shot up from about 30 pupils to 123 pupils, made up of 59 boys and 64 girls. The school runs 8 classes, Nursery 1 and 2 and Basic 1 to Basic 6. However, the 8 classes are run in 3 classroom blocks, operating the multi-grade system. Basics 1 and 2 are combined in 1 classroom, while Basics 3 and 4 and Basic 5 and 6 are also being combined in 2 separate classrooms. The headmistress office currently accommodates KG2, while KG1 pupils study here. The school practices the multi-grading system, even though the Ghana Education Service policy frowns on it.
We reported the situation to the District Assembly 3 years ago, but we're yet to receive a response from them. That's why we are appealing to people to assist.
The school, after construction in 2012, was furnished with about 100 dual desks before it was handed over to the Tamale Metro Education Service. 6 years on, this is what has become of the desk. The situation has forced pupils to kneel during lessons. A school management committee member says the KG1 and 2 pupils used to be accommodated under a shed. This is the debris of a shed that accommodated pupils of Nursery 1 and 2 of the school. It fell after a heavy downpour here in Tamale. Parents are asking for help to at least raise this shed so that pupils that are staying on the verandas of this structure will have a conducive place to enhance teaching and learning.
And let's move away from up north to down south. An open defecation along the Winnipeg Beach in the central region is posing a threat to the health of staff and inmates of the Winnipeg prison. Authorities are calling on stakeholders to help put a stop to the practice. Here is Lucy Ayambele's report.
Available statistics indicate that 1 out of every 5 Ghanaian practices open defecation. It is also estimated that open defecation costs Ghana some $79 million annually through tourism loss, water pollution, and death, among others. Numerous campaigns to tackle the menace seem not to be getting the desired results. Open defecation has been happening close to the Winnipeg prison for years. Prison officials are worried about its impacts on the health of inmates and officials.
The stench that emerged from the beach to the prison is unbearable. In the afternoon, when we get visitors, when we see visitors here, we cannot sit down here. So we have to go out and sit down outside for the stench to go down before we come inside.
Joseph Damson, who is a cleaner at the beach, shares his frustration about the practice despite the presence of public toilets along the beach.
They have been asked to stop defecating here, but they are not complying. The assembly is even constructing a new toilet here, but they say they don't want it.
Some opinion leaders in the Winneba community have also expressed concern about the practice of open defecation.
Even some of our ladies defecate in polythene bags and throw them at the beach, which is very bad. It is very disgracing to us. Even visitors are refusing to enter the beach.
Right, so let's remain in Winneba, where authorities at the Winneba prison have warned drug peddlers to stay away from the premises of the prison or face the law. This came up after the authorities dismantled a supposed base situated around the prison facility. Again, Lucy Ayambela reports.
The Winneba local prison serves about 34 law courts in its catchment area. The prison also receives inmates from the Ewutu and Osamkom prison camps. Being one of the oldest prisons in the country put up in 1860, the buildings have developed cracks posing danger to inmates and prison officials. Due to its location right in the Winneba community, it is confronted with some human activities that endanger the facility. Close to the prison is a drinking spot and a wooden structure where trading of drugs takes place. Management of the Winneba prison embarked on a swoop to clear the area of such persons. Four of the suspected drug peddlers were arrested during the operation. Officers demolished the structure accommodating the peddlers. According to management, peddlers sometimes sneak to put hard drugs into the prison yard for the inmates. Chief Superintendent of Prisons Martin Ankublame is the second in command of the Winneba prison.
Somebody is an armed robber in prison 7, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Then you bring in somebody who might have stolen cassava or plantain or kobe. He comes in for 6 months. Sitting down without doing anything, he is being corrupted by the hardened armed robber who trains him to become hardened. So by the time he goes away for maybe 6 or 1 year, he's hardened, he has been trained. And so the prison service has moved a step forward for reformation and rehabilitation.
Now let's go back to Adenta community, which has been in the news for both good and bad reasons, locally and internationally. Tonight, residents of Adenta Animal Research have vowed to chase out politicians who would come to seek their vote in 2020 if their roads are not fixed. They say they have been left out of the development agenda of government.
We are at Adenta Animal Research, and this is the nature of the roads. Residents say their lives are at risk anytime it rains, and they are calling on authorities to fix the road.
For years, the road has been in a deplorable state. Residents say attempts to get the attention of authorities to fix the road have yielded no results. School children are unable to go to school anytime it rains. Flood water from Ebri also run directly into their homes whenever it rains. On this particular stretch, the community members have constructed a wooden bridge which serves as a walkway for them.
2020, say, ababi na mom. They say so man water and your kwan no mo bia ntwa kwan say oba say vote bia.
Using this stretch is unbearable anytime it rains. If authorities do not fix the road, we will advise ourselves in 2020. The youth in the area are not happy. If they don't fix our roads, we won't vote. Whenever it rains, people stand here to carry others at a fee of 1 Ghana cedis. We are pleading with government to fix our roads.
And yes, I have brothers no de omato soro ho no. Omo se ye yenka ne nkola ho. Nti so onu nim se ye ka ne nkola ho de a. Ombo modea no ndani nechi enhwe hanso. No hu se ye nso ye bre.
I wish it had rained before your coming. We are unable to access our homes anytime it rains. We won't vote in 2020 if the road is not fixed.
No road, no votes.
They want the Ministry of Roads and Highway to fix the road. Bridget Mate, TV3, Adenta, Accra.
It was not her desire to see her children on the street sell and beg for alms for a living, but she has been helpless after the death of her husband 5 years ago. We bring you the story of a 42-year-old woman struggling to fend for her 4 kids.
Amina Mohammed used to live in Nigeria with her husband, where she made and sold soap for a living. With no support from her relatives, she relocated to Ghana with her 7 children a year ago after the demise of her husband. Although they live at Abosu Zongo in Accra, they sell bitter cola at the Opebia traffic lights because patronage is relatively better there. Together with her 4 kids, they sell the cola but beg for alms because proceeds are not enough to ensure their survival.
I always pray nothing happens to my kids. We have no one to support us. That is why we are on the streets.
Amina indicated, although they are exposed to all sorts of dangers on the streets, she says selling on the streets with her family is the only way out.
When business is good, I get more than 30 cedis daily, and it is not enough and can't cater for us.
Nevertheless, she is hopeful of a brighter future for the kids.
I want the kids to go to school. When the older one gets married, she will support me.
Although Ghana is a signatory to the Child Rights Convention and other international conventions to ensure the promotion and protection of child rights, abuse is prevalent in many forms.
You're watching News 360 live on TV3, and remember when you used to wait for, 6 o'clock, that's 6 p.m. to know what's happening across the country and globally. Well, the introduction of social media has changed the game. In the following report, Natalie Ford reports the impact of new media on television viewership.
Today, Ghana is a land of the future, and Accra, its capital, a fine modern city.
It is clear a lot has changed since the introduction of new media. Content producers are increasingly taking advantage of platforms such as Netflix, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram to reach their audience. Currently, news breaks on social media sites such as Twitter and is later consumed via online news broadcast. Early in the 1920s, television became available as a telecommunication medium used for transmitting moving images in monochrome or in color, and in 2 or 3 dimensions and sound. Over the years, television has served as mass medium for education, information, and entertainment. With the introduction of new media as a means of mass communication using digital technologies such as the internet, television viewership has dropped. President of the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, GIBA, Andrew Danso Eninkra, is warning media owners, regulators and training institutions to embrace the new trend or risk collapse.
The lawmakers, let us begin to think ahead and to think of what regulations we have to put in place to embrace the new trend that is coming, to make sure that at least the trend is either we find space in the trend or the trend finds space in our setup. Training institutions Unfortunately, we rely on books that have been written already. But if we could also rely on our research materials, what the research is talking about, if you're able to research into the future and have documentation on the future, what is going to happen, and start talking about them today, it prepares us for tomorrow.
He fears advertisers will increasingly be driven to advertise via new media platforms, which could affect revenue flow of traditional media companies.
The threat that we see often is in the form of advertising revenue, and whether the advertising revenue will come to what we call the traditional broadcaster or to go to the new trend broadcaster. See, the point is this: if you are embracing the new trend into the traditional, the advertising revenue will not be lost. At any point in time, you can marry the two and be able to get what you need.
Social media manager at Media General Limited, Lexis Kofi Amate, said his television viewing has reduced drastically over the years.
I don't remember the last time I put a TV in my room on. I watch a lot of stuff on Netflix and Amazon, and for all the shows that are on TV, I probably get them on YouTube as well. So my consumption of content on TV has gone down the drain over the last few years. The way to go is for you to keep some of your premium content on TV, make them available for pay-for content where people can pay and watch for those contents on the internet.
With a new wave of media consumption, driven by internet, taking place at lightning speed, it is clear today's media giants will have to put to practice the quote, "Innovate or die." Natalie Fort, TV3 News, Accra.
Right, so remember, on television we are live on DSTV channel 279, and social media we're also live on Facebook. It's TV3 Ghana as well as Twitter. To some more news tonight, and the First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo has charged African leaders to accelerate efforts aimed at ending child marriage. At the Second African Girls Summit in Accra, she noted child marriage inhibits young girls from realizing their full potential and their contribution to socio-economic development.
Across Africa, 1 out of 4 children gets married before their 18th birthday. Currently, the prevalence rates of child marriages in West and Central Africa is pegged between 45 to 80%. These child brides are denied their fundamental rights as enshrined in national and international conventions. At the Second African Girls Summit in Accra, the First Lady, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, noted Ghana will not relent on its efforts to implement the 10-year strategic plan aimed at ending the practice.
We promise to fully implement our strategic plan and honor every commitment to ensure no child is married off. I wish to call upon our region to continue to act aggressively and protect our girls and young women.
Regional Head of Influencing and Strategic Communications of Plan International lauded Ghana for allocating funds to support the National Strategic Framework aimed at ending child marriage by 2030.
We have heard that the government, especially through the Ministry of Gender, they have set aside 3% of their budget to ensure that they accelerate the national action plans that have been put in place to end child marriage. We are urging other countries to emulate what Ghana is doing.
Other speakers at the event regretted the slow pace of decline of child marriages in Africa and called for political commitments, empowerment of women and girls to stop the practice, and equitable access to adolescent sexual reproductive health. The Second African Girls Summit on Ending Child Marriage, which brought together delegates from across Africa, is on the theme, Enough with the Silence.
And the Minister for Trade and Industry, Alan Kudjo-Chemantin, says, contrary to claims by some members of the opposition, the Akosombo Textiles Limited has been revived by President Akufo-Addo administration. The Trade Minister insisted it took the courage of the President to ensure the survival of ATL.
Trade and Industry Minister Alan Chemantin was speaking when President Akufo-Addo paid a brief visit to the Akosombo Textiles Limited as part of his 3-day tour of the Eastern region. The textile company used to employ some 3,500 workers when operating at full capacity, but it was literally brought to its knees when the New Patriotic Party exited power in 2008.
This factory itself is producing at less than 30% capacity. And by the time that we took over, the management and the owners of ATL had already decided that enough was enough, and that it was time for them, with all the investments that they have made in this government, to say goodbye. It took the courage of His Excellency the President and decide that ATL will continue to.
The Trade Minister revealed further that the Akufo-Addo government has introduced a number of policy measures to deal with the challenges of the textile industry as a whole. These policies include the introduction of tax stamps and the designation of a single import corridor.
We are going to introduce tax, and these tax stamps would identify all locally manufactured textile prints as well as those that are imported, to indicate that, number one, that the designs and logos have not been pirated, and that, number two, that the right duties and taxes have been paid. We are now going to designate a single import corridor. So you cannot bring textile prints into this country except through that dedicated corridor, which is through Tema. We are also going to ensure that we provide stimulus and other support to the textile companies.
Alan Chamantin was convinced with the President's commitment and support, adding challenges of the textile industry will be a thing of the past.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea to wear Ghana from Sunday to Sunday. What do you think about that? You're watching News 360. Let's talk telecommunication now. And telecom analysts have ruled out any possibility of Ghana signing on to a 4G or 5G, I beg your pardon, a 5G license anytime soon, considering most telcos have struggled acquiring the existing 4G spectrum. Now, 5G is the proposed next telecommunication standards that will provide better speed and coverage than the current 4G. Alfred Okansi has more on this report.
Communications Authority has taken steps to ensure that at least each telco gets into the 4G space. As a first step, the NCA released a roadmap for the sale of the remaining spectrum slot in the 800 MHz band that was left after MTN bought one for $67.5 million in December 2015. The whole process is expected to be completed by December 23, 2018. Meanwhile, 4G is about to lose its superiority as 5G is already here. Super-fast 5th generation mobile internet promises download and browsing speeds 10 to 20 times faster than we have now. Elsewhere in the world, 5G has been tested extensively.
This is a demonstration for the 5G connected car. We demonstrate the type of connections where the car can communicate with other cars. So it's a vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to pedestrians, and vehicle to infrastructure. The augmented reality here in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. So the vehicle, basically the vehicle will communicate with the other cars and with the like intersections, traffic lights, with also the smartphones. So the vehicle will be moving by itself. It's autonomous driving. You just sit and enjoy the ride. That's it.
And this is augmented reality. That's what I see.
Yeah, it's augmented reality.
Here in Ghana, not much improvement in terms of customer experience and revenue for telcos has been seen from 4G. As millions of Ghanaians have been denied the 4G experience, the question remains whether telcos in Ghana will invest in the 5G mobile internet technology.
And there is more coming up on News 360 when we return shortly with Mission.
This is News 360. Thanks for staying with us. Time for Mission now. Our mission is supported by Star Ghana with funding from Danida, UK Aid and the European Union. Now, the surge in poverty at Kwe, a community in the Ewutu Senya district of the Central Region, has compelled some parents to engage their children in gari making business. Our children's woes are compounded by the non-existence of a school in the community.
It's a sunny afternoon in the community of Kwe. Some residents are enjoying the afternoon breeze after an early morning's field work. Few women are, however, home processing gari. Most residents' livelihood is dependent on gari processing. This is usually done after farmers do not find buyers for their cassava. The Kwai community is located about 10 kilometers from Odotom and has no educational facility. Only the strong are able to defy their problems to trek to school in nearby communities. For this family, their survival is solely dependent on the gari business. Fatih Mahmoud, a kindergarten 2 pupil, is the 5th of 6 children. She is 6 years old, but her mother has already introduced her to gari processing, and so she does not regularly go to school. Fatih has quickly grasped the gari making process, and so she has become acquainted with the smoke. Nothing will deter her from abandoning what she knows how to do best, as this is what sustains them. As young as she is, her dream for education is virtually fading as she receives no encouragement from parents. Her mother rather claims attempts to persuade her to go back to school has failed.
I
always encourage my children to go to school, but I request them to help me after school. I cannot deny them education.
She said prices of commodities has dropped, so getting enough money to meet the educational needs of her children has been difficult. Healthcare is not sought for after the daily encounter with heavy smoke. The future of little Fatih hangs in the balance, with her future education plans unclear.
And that's our mission for tonight, supported by Star Ghana with funding from Danida UK Aid and the European Union.
Now let's do some more stories on News 360 tonight. And Scancom, Ghana Limited, operators of the telecommunication network MTN, has been adjudged the #1 company of the year 2017 at the GIPC Ghana Club 100 Awards. Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, challenged award winners to do more in the years ahead to help develop the country.
The prestigious Ghana Club 100 is a yearly official list of the top 100 companies in Ghana. The compilation was first done in 1998 by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center with the aim of recognizing the top 100 companies and to encourage competition and improvement of company products and services in the country. Delivering the keynote address on behalf of the President, Deputy Finance Minister Kweku Kwating touted the achievements of the government in the past 2 years as a pillar for economic growth.
This government is aligning itself to boost the private sector and enhance the image of Ghana as a destination for doing business. The first time in almost a decade, Standard & Poor's upgraded Ghana's sovereign credit rating from B- to B with a stable outlook in September 2018. These figures show that government has stabilized the macroeconomy and has restored policy credibility.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center and organizer of the event, Yofi Grant, urged the award winners to leverage on the achievements to do more in the years ahead.
To the club members who have been ranked this year, I say well done and ayoko. Congratulations for making it to the top 100 performing companies in Ghana. The center will continue to engage with you and seek your support through mentorship to help grow the next generation of Ghana Club 100 companies. Like I did say, there are many companies engaged in innovation and technology who may not be here today. But with your support, 5 years from today, 10 years from today, they will be the ones receiving the awards.
MTN was judged the #1 company of the year in 2017. The 17th Club 100 Awards saw other winners in the first 10, such as Ghana Oil Company Limited, GOIL, as #2 on the list, followed by Goldfields Ghana Limited, Cosmos Energy Ghana Limited, Glyco Healthcare Limited, Olam Ghana Limited, Newmont Gold Ghana Limited, Wilma Africa Limited, and Enterprise Trustees Ghana. 8 discretionary awards were given to some deserving companies.
And the telecommunication company MTN says it is poised to give customers improved quality of service in 2019. At the Yellow Sorry in Accra, Chief Executive Officer Seloma Dadivo said 2018 has been exciting and fulfilling for the company, adding MTN will dedicate 2019 as a year of the customer.
In 2018, MTN Ghana invested over $144 million to increase network capacity and infrastructure. MTN also connected about 20,000 homes with broadband services. During the year, MTN received the 2018 African Brand of the Year. The MTN Yellow Soiree was organized to appreciate cherished and valued customers for their faithfulness and loyalty to the brand.
We'll put in all the effort to ensure that we do exceed your expectations into 2019. We will demand more of ourselves. We'll continue to expand on our digital initiatives by leading the delivery of a bold new digital world. We'll continue to enhance what we're already doing to bring those services to your doorstep. 2019 will be the year of the customer. We will celebrate you, we will bring great things to your doorstep, and I hope you're looking forward to what we have in store.
Customer Relations Executive Jemima Kote Walsh assured customers of more exciting times ahead.
This is the 12th edition, the 4th in Accra. We've been to all the regions to say thank you to our valued customers, and we'll continue to provide a brighter life for each and every one of them.
Guests who arrived early won early bird prizes of Samsung S9 and iPhone X. Some randomly selected customers also won S9 and iPhone X.
And Vice Chancellor of the Wisconsin International University College, Professor Obing Mreku, is making a strong case for educational reforms in tertiary institutions to address the high rate of graduate unemployment in the country. At the 11th congregation of the university in Accra, he indicated young people need to be equipped with the relevant skills and knowledge to enable them pursue entrepreneurial opportunities.
For nearly 2 decades, Wisconsin International University College has been educating and equipping men and women to better serve their nations and the world.
18 years ago, with just 1 building and 9 students, Wisconsin was born and continues to grow from strength to strength. The result is the great spectacle before our own eyes today. Of the 761 students graduating with a first degree, 18, representing 2.4%, had first class.
Addressing the 11th congregation, Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Obing Mreku, expressed worry about the quota admission introduced for nursing training schools in the country. Chancellor of the university, Dr. Paul Kofi Fain, also bemoaned the slow pace of the country's development and called for a positive change in the attitude of Ghanaians.
We had independence the same year as Malaysia, Singapore, Far East, Hong Kong, and others. But there's so much great development and achievements in these areas. So much. What have we achieved these 61 years? What do you find out when you go to our hospitals? Patients, born babies, pregnant women, all lying on the front, no bed.
Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Ebenezer Odro Owusu, challenged the graduates to seek for continuous professional development. Other speakers at the congregation also reminded the graduates to act with integrity. A total of 898 students, made up of 13 diploma students, 761 first degree holders, and 124 postgraduate students, graduated at the university's 11th congregation. Special awards were given to some students who excelled. Some staff and faculty members of the university received long service awards. The 11th congregation was on the theme, Youth Empowerment, Creating a Credible Workforce in the 21st Century.
And away from that, exhibitors at the Media General Lifestyle and Housing Fair have expressed their satisfaction about the event as it enters day 2. Now, they are hopeful of massive sales tomorrow, Sunday, which ends the fair.
The Housing and Lifestyle Fair by Media General and Planet One Media is a second edition held at the Aviation Social Center. It's brought together over 50 exhibitors from all parts of the country, providing an opportunity for the public to choose from a wide array of household items and products. Products on display included hardware, electricals, household items, energy efficiency equipment, among others. Some of the exhibitors could not hide their joy about the success of the event.
A lot of people have been coming in and have been showing interest also in the products also. So they've promised to call, okay, and then visit our showroom too.
People, a lot of consumers who've been here who expressed interest about what we're doing, and then we've also done our part, give them the advices they need, the tips they need, and then I think so far it's been an experience. It's been great.
The past 2 days, I think publicity has been impressive. I'm believing that tomorrow we'll have a lot of people to visit our stands and then also to be informed of the products and things that we sell.
I think so far so good. I believe that we had a very good patronize. We hope that tomorrow will be another day, hoping that people can come after church to come and patronize. We have very good product here.
They are hopeful of high patronage on the final day, Sunday.
Sunday after church, they will troop in, and that's what we want to see, because we want to promote our products. And of course, that's what we are expecting.
I'm hoping to see a lot of people coming here and coming to our stand.
Tomorrow, I just hope shoppers or people would troop in whereby we can actually sell to them the brand and all that. Yeah.
We have reduced price. They should come over with the little that they have. They will still get something to buy. So we are expecting them.
The kids were not left out as there was a play area for them.
Well, so I don't know about Issa, but I have plans of visiting the Aviation Social Center tomorrow for the fair. Issa, I want to see you
we
there.
We should pass through, definitely. We should
pass through, yeah. So if you haven't been there yet, take that opportunity. I think you can mix it with a Black Friday bits thing.
You need something fresh
for
Christmas, don't you? At least a new
Monday,
look.
Yes.
Yeah.
So be there at the Aviation Social Center tomorrow. It's running till 8 p.m. And make sure you get something for yourself and the whole family. This is NEWS360. And on entertainment tonight, the dance department of the University of Ghana School, in collaboration with the Embassy of Israel, has presented a unique cultural performance named Two Worlds. Two Worlds tells the story of the convergence of the deaf and hearing worlds through Jill and Amon Damti, two amazing dancers and artists.
Amon Damti is considered one of the leading deaf dancers in the world today, as well as a gifted choreographer, and helps the audience experience and embrace points of inflection between the deaf and hearing worlds through narrative as well as interaction. Jill and Amon Damti have performed around the world for many years and have been nominated as ambassadors of culture and acceptance in Israel. As part of the activities in Ghana, Jill and Amon engaged in a number of workshop activities with some students of the University of Ghana Dance Department, Ghana National Association of the Deaf, and the Akropong School for the Deaf. The Israeli ambassador to Ghana, Shani Cooper, explained the embassy is supporting people with disabilities to have a flexible life.
We hope that this will be only the beginning of cooperation in the field of integrating disabled people into the society between Israel and Ghana.
The head of Department of Dance Studies at the University of Ghana, Legon, Dr. S.K. Kuo, was happy about the collaboration.
We believe dance is a non-verbal tool that can communicate all ideas, emotions, anything that we want to say, and make sure that it gets to people pragmatically. We will employ it to do so. So we hope that the collaborations will continue.
And over the past years, African music stars from around the over 52 countries on the continent have put out beautiful musical works. The All African Music Awards seeks to reward and celebrate musical works, talents, and creativity around the African continent while promoting the African cultural heritage. The 5th edition of the biggest African Music Awards in diaspora, AFRIMA, will begin with a red carpet at the Accra International Conference Center, and also where all the glamour, glitz, and high fashion of the 5th AFRIMA in Ghana 2018 will be on display. Stars from across the continent will display their eloquence, sense of style, and personality on the red carpet. Ghanaian-born American actor and comedian Michael Blackson, South Africa's talented TV personality Pearl Tusi, and Ghana's award-winning multilingual media personality Anita Reskin will be hosting the main awards ceremony. Yeah, what a day of stories that's been on NEWS360. I've enjoyed the bulletin. I hope you've enjoyed watching us too in your homes and wherever you are. I'm Isa Morning.
And my name is Nanikia Mensah Brampai. Join us again at 10 on News at 10 with Grace Hamwansar. Till then, enjoy the rest of our programs. Good evening.